Welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm your host, Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you. Two of the ladies of Women Who Inspire Women. I have Soraya Dennis and Sarah Frederique, who'll be with us for the next 30 minutes, so stay tuned. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. Like I said, I've got two special ladies from Women Who Inspire Women. I've got Soraya Dennis and Sarah Frederique, who are the guests for tonight. So, ladies, welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you for having us again.
Well, I was just about to say, you're no stranger to Beyond Focus. We've had you on a different capacity before.
Yes.
You were sitting in the background, but this time you're in the forefront with us. We got the two of y'all here tonight. Why don't you tell us, let's dive straight into it, what is Women Who Inspire Women?
So Women Who Inspire Women was born out of the necessity to bring women together in our community. It hasn't been a year yet, but back in March of last year, we decided to host a Women's History Month celebration. So we came together with some of my peers and some entrepreneurs that we've worked with before under Global Vive, and we decided that we wanted to host a vision board event. So we brought together different women from different backgrounds, doctors, attorneys, entrepreneurs, and we had an inspirational night where the women shared their testimonies with us about how they became the person that they are now, their career objectives, their visions for themselves, and how they put together their own vision boards and made their dreams into a reality. So we wanted to do something that would mirror the community that we live in so that other women could be inspired to live out their purpose. So we wanted to celebrate Women's History Month by having that kind of event. So that's how the idea was originally born.
And Sarah, what is your take on how this all got started? Because when you see things and you're a part of it on the inside, sometimes it feels so different. So how do you feel about all this?
I'm honored to be a part of Women Who Inspire Women. And when I got the opportunity to be a part of it, it completely changed my life. Because I was around so many powerful women that were actually doing something, because I'm actually the youngest in the group. So that's doing something for their community and actually empowering other women to actually, be something that they're afraid to show and not let nobody stop them. And these women, they're awesome. So the fact that they all came together and they did something, and it's just beautiful.
You touched upon a really good point. You said you were the youngest of the women.
She's actually my mentee. So I'm her mentor. Yes. Sarah has, and it was, everything kind of melded together nicely because she has her own business venture that she's doing. So she's always been a part of the charity work with Local Vive. So when she came on board, everything suited well with us, and we said, we want to have you on board. And she's been, like I said, she's my mentee and she follows my footsteps, and that's also part of why we did Women Who Inspire Women, because we also want to give back to the community in a sense of mentorship. So if I can't take you along for the ride, I'm going to make sure that the door is open for you to come through the door. So I think it's a great opportunity for her to be on board, even though she's the youngest. She's a go-getter, and she gives back to the community as well. And that's also part of our mission, is to make sure that we give back to the community as well.
But there really isn't an age limit, I don't think, whether on the younger side or on the older side, because I think youth and numbers, it's really just that. I think young people can contribute something so important.
Of course.
Witness that, you have something of value. There's people younger than you who look up to be probably saying, wow, look how young she is and she could do it. So maybe I can come out of high school and maybe or even while you're in high school, want to inspire to do something. What's the typical range, though? They're all professionals, it seems like, for the most part.
Right. I think what the common thread is with everyone is that usually people feel that if I'm in a different field of work, that I might not have something in common with you. But I think as women, we're all natural nurturers, and that's one common thread that we have. So I think we all have this power to kind of create something from the ground up. So while we started the organization, it was very important for us to go after women that were in professional fields, because building a network of powerhouses, women that's in medical field, the law field, community service and community work is very important, because it shows the younger generation that you can come from all walks of background and you can still come together. The Latino community does it very well. So we figured, we want to have something in our community that mirrors what's already going on. There's a stigma that African American women don't work together, and we're here to change that status quo and to show that it's actually possible. And we need to change that language and that narrative.
And unfortunately, there's been a lot of realities that kind of really push towards that negative stereotype. A small few.
Right.
It's really not the majority. But it has been enough. It's enough
to taint the vision of young girls. And so it's important for us to show that we're not that far away from your age when you were in high school, when you were in college. So it's important for us to show you what the reality is that's going on in your community, that's going on with people that you know that are in amongst your circle of friends and peers as well. So I think it's important for us to show that. And like I said before, it's not impossible. It's been challenging, because you can't work with everybody. That's in every field of work, But I think if we show that there's always a level of respect there amongst women, and there's always a form of unity, then we can always come together for a cause. And I think anytime it's for, showcasing that, there's a lot of things that need to go on in our community with peer pressure and violence in our community, that we could come together and be a powerhouse and infiltrate our kids.
Absolutely. And you haven't received any negative feedback of, some people look down on younger people, like you can't bring something.
Oh, no.
It's been very receptive and positive.
Yes, everything has been on the same level with every one of the girls. And they actually learned a couple of things from me as well, which makes me feel like I am part of the group. I'm actually one with them. So it makes me feel really good to actually be a part of something where women respect me, not only because I'm the youngest one, but they know that I can bring something much more to the table as well.
What are some of the core values that you look for and the qualities when you pick somebody to be a part of the organization?
Right now, we're at the grassroots level, so we're still looking for members. We're still showcasing and doing events and pulling people together to join us on the team. So, if anybody's interested, later on, we'll give all the information.
We will give all that information how to join.
But starting from the ground level up, I think it's always important to find people that you've already had a rapport with and work ethics with already. So when we started it, we pulled from our resources, and I think that's that's the most important thing for me, is to build authentically. So we pulled people that we already know. We called people that we're already friends with. All of us knows a doctor. No, everybody has an inspiring story that knows your work, that's familiar with you as a person and also as a professional. So we figured, what, we want to encompass, like I said before, what's going on in our community and mirror these successful stories that are already out there, and we want to showcase that. So we're looking for people that are willing to work collaboratively with each other. We're tired of the stigma of us against you, you against us, and that competition. And our key word is always to work together, collaboratively speaking, and to come together and make sure that we showcase that in our work, and we provide quality events for our customers, our patrons, our constituents as well.
Absolutely. And for yourself on a day-to-day, how do you kind of help make those values come to light?
I definitely try to inspire my friends as well, because my friends, they tend to think, they never have time. And that's partially the problem with us women. We're always in a rush. We're always saying we don't have time. And we're always saying, I can't do that. Even if it's to just help somebody, it's always, I don't have time. So it kind of gave me time. It made me make time. So that's a day-to-day thing for me, and I kind of incorporate that in my everyday life to always make time for something that I really, want to make time for, and something that I love.
Absolutely. Well, hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. You'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Soraya Dennis and Sarah Frederique, the ladies of Women Who Inspire Women. So I want to talk about the event last year that really set all of this together.
Right.
The vision board. And for those of
yes.
you who don't know, a vision board can really be a mix of anything. It's what you inspire. It's something that you create that you may want to be looking forward to. It could be a goal. I want each of you to kind of share what your definition of a vision board is.
So for me, vision board has to do with law of attraction. Sometimes we see things in life and we think it's not attainable because we haven't started to work on it. So my personal vision board encompasses everything that I want. You know, it'll have a section that's just geared on professional life. It'll have a section that's geared on my personal life and also interpersonal skills. Like if I want to work more on my personal development, and I take images and I cut images of women that I see that are confident in themselves. I take pictures of women that I see that are working out, that are healthy. So, there are some goals that, you haven't worked on, but then there are also times where you see that you've subconsciously started working on things. And the vision board for me has always been a great tool to start off the new year. So I use it as, a personal motivation. I look at it every day. It's in the back of my mind. So even though I'm not thinking about it on a regular basis, these things are fueling how I interact with people and the decisions that I make.
Absolutely. What about yourself, Sarah?
I completely agree with Soraya. It's like a journey for me. Because at the end of the day, I do have a lot of things I want to work on internally. So it does kind of give me like a good inspiration as to, okay, this is going to be my next step. This is going to be my next step. And even when I do fall on some of the things I put on my vision board, it kind of helps me get back up. Like, okay, maybe I messed up this time, but I'm going to continue and see if I can go a further distance this time for this and this and this. But as far as education, actually last year was the first year I knew about a vision board.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people still are not familiar with that.
So when we were cutting up everything and pasting everything, and they actually took the time to tell us women, okay, this is what you can put on a vision board. This is because a lot of people think the vision board only has to be about your career or only has to be about something that you need in your life. No, like Soraya said, personal life, your love life, because there's a lot of women out there that.
And that was a good point, actually.
Yeah. Your love life something can go well in your career, and your love life can be down in
home
chambers.
life could be terrible.
So you might need help in that particular area. So that gave me a path, a journey to actually set forward and look forward to.
Tell me 2 things that are on your vision board, and I'm going to take 2 things from yours.
I'm going to give you a testimony. So on my vision board, I actually had a picture of a proclamation. Now, while the work that we do in the community as for Lopu Vive, it's not all about the awards. I think anytime that somebody gets a proclamation, it always gives you like a soapbox to talk about a cause. So anytime anybody's getting an award, it always puts you in the forefront to talk about the reason why you're doing this. So I cut up a proclamation and put it there. So while I didn't get a proclamation, I did receive my first citation from the Nassau County Legislator's Office last year.
That's
in
amazing.
June. Yeah, so I looked at the vision board one day and I'm walking past it and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I checked that off my list. I didn't get the proclamation yet, but it was something that I saw and I said, wow, you know what? It was the law of attraction. Not only that, but I worked towards it. It's something that I work towards. But, like I said, the vision board is not a magic wand. You just don't put it up there. It's not a genie, but it does give you a sense of where you want to go. And I think anytime you can visually see something inside of you fuels it up and you put action behind it.
Absolutely. And that's a great testimony, by the way, because it kind of did come to pass.
Yeah.
Just like with anything else, it may not be exactly like that, but if you have understanding,
right. It's an affirmation. Yeah, it's an affirmation.
Definitely an affirmation. So what are your 2?
One of mine was actually giving back.
Okay.
So, because I know it's very hard to give back. As much as it might seem like a little cliche, but it's hard to give back with a lot of people behind you that's willing to help you and things like that. So I kind of had given back on my vision board, which came true in the help of Women Who Inspire Women and other people that were involved as well, family and friends. Another was school. To actually keep going in school. That's actually
in the process.
Which is great.
Now, getting my college grad degree and stuff like that. But that's 2 of my on my vision board.
And those are excellent. And everyone at home, I always encourage, it could be something small. You don't even have to do a whole board. Even we're at the beginning of the year, people have weight loss goals.
Yeah, financial goals as well.
Don't get a size 0 model and be like,
attainable, something that's attainable.
Attainable. Within reach. I know people who post up like a $100 bill and stick it on their mirror and then look at it every day and they're like, that's their goal is to always keep money coming.
Be a money magnet. I have that on my board too, so it's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that's great. So right now, how many women are a part of Women Who Inspire Women?
Currently, our starting founding members, because it's a combination of entrepreneurs and businesswomen that we had to come together, and Global V team members. So we have about 15 to 20 women all together, and that's it consists of the team that we already had. So new members, like I said before, we're looking for new members, and we're hoping that with the help of the event that's coming up again, women constantly email us and they're interested in partnering with us, and we want to make sure that we have all our ducks in a row and we're grounded in our mission and our vision statement, and then we hope to look for more members and add more to our roster.
That would be amazing, and kind of a funny question, but this did come up. Is it only for women?
No, I'm going to say no. Why? Because I think with any great organization, when you're building a team together, and we're starting, this is 1 year in, March will be 1 year in. When you're starting from the ground up, it's important to have different opinions, different inclusion, and it's important to be diverse. So we hope that when we do grow, it might become a chapter. We might have a New York chapter, a Florida chapter. So it's important for us to include a board of trustees or board of members, founding members that are inclusive and diverse. So we want men on board, and not only that, when we do start mentoring programs with the young kids in our community, we're going to need males to mentor some of our young men. So while it's nice to say that we can do it as women, I would definitely want to make sure that we have men on board that'll be able to participate and volunteer. So both men and women are welcomed.
Yes. Has that question come up to you before, though?
It has. Because they automatically see Women Who Inspire Women, they automatically think it's only women. For women, by women. Only for women.
And they do have places that are like that.
And it's definitely it's not a stupid question. So whoever asked that question, that was a very poignant question. But while we're still on the ground coming up, we're still strictly women right now. The goal is to become inclusive as we grow, because like I said, we're gonna need mentors, and there are some men that volunteered at our past events. So, and they brought their children with them as well. So that was very
nice.
good. Yeah,
that's great. Hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We still got one segment left, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with the ladies of Women Who Inspire Women. And it is 2016. We have a lot of big events coming up. And I know there's one, again, Women's History Month.
Women's History Month is March, yes.
Share some
So
light.
last year for our Women's History Month event, we had the Vision Board event. While we sat there together and we wanted to have an extraordinary event, we wanted to put a quality event out for our members and our guests, we said, you know what, let's check back with our members and guests that came last year. So this year we're doing the same thing again, but with a twist. We want to know what has been going on with you. Where are you now with your vision board? So it's important for us to kind of recap and get some testimonials and listen to some stories about how the vision board event last year has helped them push through for this year.
That's great. And for yourself, Sarah, looking back at this a year later, what have you taken away from last year's event?
I've grown. Because, like I said before, I have a great mentor. So at the end of the day, I see that I matured in so many levels when it comes to not caring what other people think and just doing something you want to do to give back and to just do something for yourself that you feel comfortable in your skin and no one's judging you, and the ladies don't make you feel as if you're not supposed to be here. So I feel like I matured in a lot of ways since last year when it came to the vision board event.
And I think it's really good to check back.
Yes.
And I like the concept of looking back. Hey, we've all put maybe 5 or 10 things down. How much have you accomplished? Maybe
Right.
you've shifted things around. And it's okay to make a vision
It's
board
okay.
and change things along
Of
the way. It
course,
doesn't mean you
yes.
put it out there and that's it. It's
Yes.
once and for all. But you can make adjustments, maybe
Especially
shift things around.
Especially if you found something that is a little bit bigger. Your dreams could have got bigger, from the year that you did your vision board. You probably found something that's way, gives you a better challenge and you like that. So, pretty good.
And it does really, really help. What else do you have planned for the rest of this year? We have, I know you're working on the vision board.
Right.
What would you really like to see to accomplish as the group itself?
As a group, we want to make sure that we also showcase that we want to help minority business-owned businesses and women that are also transitioning from working a 9 to 5 to going into entrepreneurship, and even women that have a 9 to 5 but want to find out what their purpose is. Our goal is to not only showcase that we're about economic development, but also talk about civic engagement and showcase that you need to know who your local assemblyman is, your local councilman is. You need to get involved with your community, because if we're going to do anything together, we have to do it in a group. We have to show that we are united. So for us, I think growing in community is probably, I would say, our first goal. And then once you grow in community, you're already working collaboratively together. So like I said before, coming together and working together is our primary focus. But we also want to offer services to women, that are having financial hardships in their businesses. And even though we might not be able to help in our way, even if we direct you to the right resources, the right offices, there's a slew of information that's out there, and some people just don't know where to get it and how to get it. So it's important for us to tell them, hey, we have resources here for you, and this is how you go about getting it, and how can we help you to get to your goal? Because I truly believe, in essence, that the more people that you help become successful, the more successful you get.
That's a given. I really kind of believe in that.
Yes,
Not only is it
yes.
karma, but that good energy does come back to you.
It comes back to
nothing
you
is in vain.
tenfold. Yes.
It's never, definitely never in vain. So that's something great. What would you say as a younger person, and they have the stigma that young people don't care about politics and we don't like to vote. How is it for you in terms of getting the local politicians? Are you familiar, are you aware, and who are some of the politicians you work with?
Well, I am aware because as this generation gets, I don't know what's going on out there right now with the younger generation, it's kind of a little bit, off balance. But like Soraya said, it's very important to know these people that work in your community. And at the end of the day, these are the people that actually are going to help me or
And
help
affect us
you.
on a direct level.
Yeah, definitely. So at the end of the day, I just want to be a part of not only Women Who Inspire Women or the community, but their community. Because I know politics is a big thing when it comes to, I'm from a background where you're not allowed to speak politics if you don't know what you're talking about, or you're not allowed to listen to certain things. But in today's generation, I just feel like we should all be involved in it because it affects us. It affects us
sure
in
does.
every pieces of puzzle that happens. It affects us. So
Are there any council members, anyone you want to,
Yes, we
take
definitely want to
moment
give a shout out to Councilman Jumani Williams.
Yes.
His office has been played an important part of helping us grow in community. At our last event last year, he was there and handed out about 7 to 8 citations for our speakers.
We love Jumani.
Yes, we love Jumani. So thank you, Jumani. Thank you, Farrah Lewis, also, and all the staff at Councilman Williams' office. And it was important for us because the speakers came and they gave away their services. It was at no cost to us, but we also wanted to give back to them, and that was a way of us giving back to them. And the councilman's office was, like I said, an integral part in making sure that the speakers also felt like, they did a good job. And we're thankful for the speakers. Shout outs to them as well. Some of them will be coming back to the event coming up in March. But like I said before, Councilman Williams, he's a wonderful man, and he's a great local politician for us.
He really is. He does a lot of work. So shout outs to Jemani Williams and your entire staff. Well, before we run out of time, please tell us how we can get involved. If you at home want to get involved with Women Who Inspire Women, be a part of it, maybe get some of the services, how do they do that?
Well, definitely. We're working on our website right now. So if you want to drop us a line or email or log in to drop in your email so you can subscribe, then you can do that. It's womenwhoinspirewomen.org. We're on Facebook, Women Who Inspire Women, and we're also on Instagram at Women Who Inspire Women as well.
So that's Women Who Inspire Women.
Yes.
Yeah, show a shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes,
my
of
shirt.
course.
Yeah.
So we all have shirts and
very nice.
Yeah.
No, it's a really cute shirt.
Branding is important.
So Women Who Inspire Women, you could just look it up. You'll be able to send them an email. They're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter. So social engagement is definitely a big part for you.
Of course, yes, it is. We definitely make sure that we reach out to a lot of our peers, and sometimes just by putting in a hashtag, you'll find people that have similar interests as you. So like any marketing tool, social media is definitely important because it helps you to gauge with people that you wouldn't have talked to on a regular basis, that you don't normally see. So a lot of our followers are constantly looking for events that are about sisterhood, about growing together in community. And believe it or not, women out there are just looking for these type of events, and we want to make sure that we give them quality events. And also shout outs to Creole Girls Rock. We did an event with them last year called Between Sisters Brunch, and we came together as a collective and talked about the challenges in our community with African American women, but also we celebrated each other, and it was a beautiful event at Prospect Park. We were all in white, so it was definitely an amazing experience. So we really appreciate them for coming together with us to do that.
Well, ladies, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Sarah Frederique, and of course Soraya Dennis, the ladies of Women Who Inspire Women. We will have you back on again. We want to get a follow-up of what's going on and see how the storyboard is coming along as well. And for you at home, if you have any questions or comments, you can send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. I'm your host, Lydia Patel. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, we'll be back again next week. Same time, same place. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us.
Beyond Focus TV show wants and needs your feedback. Did we blunder? Please let us know so we can improve. Was the show helpful to you? Drop us a note so we can share the success with our staff members. Is there something you think we could do better? We welcome new ideas and new approaches to old ideas. Do you have a great suggestion? Let us know and we'll work on it. If you would like to share your comments anonymously, please send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. If you want to get in touch with the executive producer directly, send him an email at gene@beyondfocusmedia.com. We really look forward to hearing from you.